I love this workbench that I built, but I can make it better. We're adding drawers to the bottom to house those power tools. I'll cover all the steps and how much it costs. All next on Home Pro Hero. Today we're going to find a home for all my power tools in an effort to keep my garage clean before the end of the summer. We're aiming to stay on budget like always with great quality because it's DIY. No one cares more about your own stuff than yourself. I bought 2 2x4x8s and 1 2x6x8 for 22-inch drawer slides from Amazon. Got wood glue and liquid nails. Not quite sure which one I'm going to use yet, although I prefer this. The 1 1/4 screws will be used for the drawers. The 2 1/2 will be used for the framework. Then, of course, I had to go to Lowe's, pick up a sheet of plywood, 3/4 inch. I know some of my subs don't like this, but I had it cut at Lowe's again. This is 1/4, right on the nose, and this is the remainder. Should work out perfect and save me a little labor. Plus, it only cost $1/4. With all that out of the way, let's get the work. It's hot. Like always, I drew this up on SketchUp. I need to make the measurement from the top of the shelf here to the bottom of the floor. And all we're going to do is screw them right in here and right up in there. If you haven't built the workbench yet, I'll put the plans in the description. I love this workbench every time. Works like a champ. Let's install these 2 1/2 inch screws coming up. All we're doing is building this out so we can put the hinges in. $24 3/4, 14 1/4, a little bit give or take. There's a lot of different ways you can cut these panels. You can just use a circular saw with a square and a pencil if you got a really good cut. The AccuCut from Craig, good system. I used it to build the workbench. You can use a table saw like I'm using. Don't really feel like getting it out today. I'll have it in a future project. Good reviews on the old rip cuts from Craig. Craig has good stuff. Going old school. Saw, speed square, pencil, tape, and it's hot. Hope I still got it. The reason why I did 3/4 inch plywood on the side is because I wanted to use 1 sheet of plywood. I could have went with like a lesser, like maybe a 1/2 inch plywood or something like that, though that would require me to buy a whole nother sheet of plywood. Not too bad. If I need to, I'll fine tune these with the table saw. Let's cut another one at 24 3/4. And I probably will use the table saw to rip them down. These don't have to be exact by no means. Always double check with a tape measure. Always put a battery in too. Hope it fits. Every time. It's easier than the other side. Good to go. Framed up. I'm gonna leave the back for later to make sure everything works properly. That's the easiest part. You just screw that on. Okay, let's work on our drawers now. Now our width is roughly 34. Your side widths of your plywood, I got 2 of them here. The 3 1/4, I guess you call it that. I think it's less than that, but here's my 2 drawer slides. All we're gonna do is smash them together. We're 2 1/2 inches. That's what the bottom drawer piece of wood needs to be, is 2 1/2 minus 2 1/2 inches the width. So 34 minus 2 1/2 gives you what, 31 1/2, right? I'm barely even moving and working hard, but I'm sweating like no other. So I'm gonna cut up the rest of the plywood real quick, have everything ready to go. Your measurements are probably gonna be different than mine. Even if you built this exact same workbench, I would double check your measurements here. It's real simple. ChatGPT told me it would all fit on 1 4x8 sheet of plywood. Do you see the same issue that I see? Future video coming soon. I used a combination of the table saw and the AccuCut and just a regular circular saw too. I got all the drawer material all cut out, ready to rock. I'm going to take a quick lunch, rehydrate. It's hot. I'm using wood glue, I'm not using liquid nails. I think it'll be easier to clean up. I got a wet cloth here. I'm going to tack nail with my 18 gauge nailer, and then I'll come back and I'll actually pre-drill for the 1 1/4 inch screws. That should make it really tough. The reason why I went with 2 drawers is because my circular saw is almost 12 inches tall. So that bottom drawer has to be 12 inches to house that circular saw. My idea is to put my power tools in the bottom, and then the top one will be for smaller devices. Don't ever say HomeProHero's videos aren't authentic. This is real sweat on a real hot day. I'm gonna take a break, come back, and start installing drawers. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put the door slides in real quick. And all I'm doing is lining the front of the door slide to the front edge of the cart down here, where the blue line is actually. The whole point of having cabinets in this mobile workshop is to keep my tools close to where I'm working at. It's all right, temporarily, I'll extend them all the way. As soon as I get 2 screws on each side, then I'll pull the whole drawer out and get the rest of the screws. Okay, so now I got 2 screws on both sides. I should be able to pull this out and put the rest of the screws in. Before I do that, let's take the temporaries out. Opens and closes. Well, it opens good. Boom. So these drawers are just built for strength. If I was doing kitchen drawers or some type of built-in drawers, they would be built a little bit different. So when designing these drawers, the sides don't have to be as big as the front for obvious reasons. Save on plywood and still keep this project within 1 piece of plywood, 8x4. The sides had to be a little lower. Say, please, so hot. Come on, baby, I hope you fit. Yes, sir. Boom. So go ahead and button this thing up. Let's put the back on, let's put the drawer fronts on, and let's organize some tools real quick. 2x4 upper. Let's try 33 3/4. We can always trim more off. Good. All right, let's get that bottom one. Not too bad. A little snugger over here than over here, but no one's gonna care if it's a workbench. I think I got it. Let's see if the tools fit. Hey, the tool that matters is this one right here. Got it up all the way, pull that back, and we'll put it right here for now. So I'm not gonna sit here and show you exactly where these need to go and stuff because everybody has a different set of tools. The big question is gonna be, will it shut with this handle? It looks like it's close. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Well, that barely clears. Look at that. Got a finger in between. That's perfect. And this one, I haven't decided what I'm gonna put in there yet. Let me get some things. It wasn't hard. It wasn't a lot of work. But when you're close to 100 degrees out, it feels like it was. The mobile workbench is still mobile. It's still very functional. And now it's somewhat organized with the drawers that I installed. At least my power tools are organized. The garage, not so much, but that's coming soon too. Let me show you the drawers real quick. They turned out great. I may eventually add some dividers later down the road, but for now, I'm gonna leave it like this until I can get the rest of my garage organized and see what I actually need to put in there. It took me about 5 hours to knock it out. The heat added about 2 hours worth of brakes. I'm all in for about $70. The drawer slides are $28. The lumber was $42. Anyways, get ready to ring. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Take care. Be safe. Stay cool. And I'll see you next time.